So throughout the semester, we've been talking about ways to apply these ideas, and we'll look more closely at them today. One of the things that we should be thinking about is that problems don't generally come at us full force, but they sort of inch up. And if we're watching, we're likely to see problems before they become big problems. So, for example, a child may come in at 9 months with a bruise, and we refer them to CPS, Child Protective Services. We notice at 2 years they haven't gotten their vaccinations. At 4 years, a teacher complains about hyperactivity and aggressive behavior. At 10 years, the child is fighting and disruptive in school, diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder, and medicated more. At 14 years, there's fracture of the fifth metacarpal. 16 years, the child is killed as a result of multiple gunshot wounds. We can't just pretend that the problem only started at 16. The problem was first seen and could have been intervened with at age 9 months. So what we want to do is think about behavior as part of a continuum, and to recognize that some behaviors, like hyperactivity and impulsivity, are seen early, and it's easier to intervene with those than to intervene with teenage kinds of behavior or teenage problems, such as delinquent peer group or drug use, etc. We want to be thinking about that beforehand. Kamala Harris talks about 94% of murder victims under the age of 25 in San Francisco were school dropouts. Assuming that these murders are related to ACEs, think about what we could do to prevent them. And what kind of prevention strategies would you be proposing? For example, primary, secondary, tertiary. In a school, imagine if if the schools assessed ACE scores and considered who is at risk and what kinds of help these children needed. If we taught teachers to recognize toxic stress and intervene early before that stress caused problems. What if we started the day with a meditation or mindfulness practice, or some other way of helping children learn how to regulate their emotions and find ways to calm? I live in Pennsylvania, and so one of the things we might want to do is think about how communities are traumatized. Philadelphia has had a huge number of shootings during the pandemic. If we're assuming that violence is related to ACEs, how could we intervene with the communities rather than only individuals and families? And think about what we could do to address the source of violence in Philadelphia, rather than waiting for murders and intervening at that level. We've talked about the I-CARE model. The I-CARE model recognizes this relationship between ACEs and PACEs, that as ACEs increase, stress is increased, but PACEs tend to decrease that stress, which impacts the physiological systems, our immune system, metabolic system, our allostatic load, etc. and impacts developmental systems, our ability to attach well to others, to connect with others, to be able to make make good decisions and plan, to use language well, to control our emotions well. And we want to be dealing with this on a regular basis in order to get more positive outcomes rather than more negative outcomes. Because we know that what we're seeing impacts the next generation, not just this one generation, but also their children. And with that, I'm going to stop and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.